to
And then that final moment where they finally both admit how they feel, and then it gets like really hot, and then it gets like even more hot, and then it gets funny, and it's just, I just love it.
We felt like we had 2 years to sort of prepare, and we got to see their journey, and it's nice to have like a history between these two characters before we even get going into their like romantic storyline.
It's terrifying. It's such a huge show. It's so beloved by people, and it's a mad show because every year the lead couples are completely different. So it changes the dynamic, it changes the tone of the show and everything. But I think we had as Luke said, we had a long time to mentally prepare through season two, most of season 2. We knew it was going to be us up next, so we could kind of go, okay, when it's me doing this, I'll be right. And then when we spoke to Jess, our showrunner, when she talked us through the season, we were like, oh damn, this is going to be good.
There's a lot going on.
And I read this beautiful essay that you wrote about, like, you mentioned how you never thought you would be the romantic lead in a story. So can you tell me more about that?
It's funny because people say that and they go, oh my god, why do you think you're disgusting? I'm like, no, it's not that. I'm like, it just, when I was young, I really loved like strong, funny women. That's more what I aspired to be. And for me, like in my head, a romantic hero, and I was like, well, what's exciting about that? What do you get to do? But in Bridgerton, the way that they're written, who wouldn't want to play them, you know? And they've also, for both of us, we love comedy. So they've written some like really beautiful rom-com elements into this that we loved playing. It was so much fun. But they've done a beautiful balance of like the romantic, the sexy, the dramatic, the funny. And it's, as an actor, you're like, thank you for all of this joy.
About the carriage scene. I watched all the first episode and I'm still thinking about that. So I need to know, was that the first intimate scene that you guys filmed together? And what was that like, not only as actors, but for the characters? Because we've been waiting for Penelope for this for so long.
Well, we did this. We did the snogging dream.
Yeah, that's true.
But that was the first big one. And it's from the books too. So.
It was nice to do it in order because it felt like going through what they
were building up.
Yeah, that moment. I mean, it obviously means a lot to the book fans, and people have really been sort of anticipating that moment. There's like several moments from the books that seem really iconic, and Jess and her team have done so well to put them into the show sort of seamlessly. But yeah, there's definitely like a different vibe on set those days, you know, when it's those intimacy scenes and you know how much it's going to mean to people, and we've wanted to really like honour those moments and make sure they were special. And it's like, I love like, watching that scene back. We were really thrilled with it because it's like you both have like the drama at the beginning and then it gets so romantic, and then you have that moment that you're like, no, have they crossed wires again? Like, please, not in this moment. And then that final moment where they finally both admit how they feel, and then it gets like really hot, and then it gets like even more hot, and then it gets funny, and it's just, I just love it.
When it comes to like the more passionate scenes, you two knowing each other for long now, does it make it easier or does it make it more awkward as friends?
I think it's weird. Initially you think it's going to be
it's going to be worse,
but actually it's almost nice to have a friend that you're in it together and you can like support each other, and you know
it's far better. Because also we were at a point in our relationship where we could talk about it. I think if I'd felt like, oh my god, I have to go in and do this scene and we've not spoken about it, I would have felt so awkward and scared, and it's so vulnerable what we're doing. And also I think people will see, even as the season progresses, it gets even more vulnerable, and they're not like quick scenes. It's funny, like people are like, this is going on. I'm like, I know, because it's part of the story. It's not like wham bam thank you ma'am. It's it's in there. So no, it was more scary leading up to it, but I was so grateful for it in the process and in the end.
And do you feel like being part of like one of the most romantic shows in TV made you more a romantic person on your own life? What do you reckon?
Begrudgingly, yes.
Probably.
I didn't want it to. Because I just, I'm not like a hardened cynic, but I think I'm like realistic about the world. But then when we were filming the show, that we had so many moments that were so romantic. You would see the crew being like, oh, and like dabbing tears away, and you're like, I think this season for romance, it's like
it really did. And also, I watched a lot of rom-coms whilst we were shooting it to kind of like get into that headspace. So then I think that kind of opened something up in me to be like more susceptible to it and feel
like, oh yeah, love is nice.
Which rom-coms?
Oh god, countless. All the 90s, all of them. Just every day as soon as I come home, stick a rom-com on, bit of food.
I did When Harry Met Sally, because that's a top tier Friends to lovers.
Yeah.